What turns you on the most? We'd like to know. Um, what is it you desire physically, sexually, mentally from your mate? Do you expect all of those things at one time? You know, I feel like that's not even possible, but maybe you guys differ. Um, and then another question is, do women prefer quickies over men? You know, call in, let us know what you think about that. I think men prefer quickies personally, but you know, sometimes a woman just wants to get it in. She doesn't want all of the emotions and extras that come with it. I have a girlfriend that is almost like just hit it and quit it type of chick. She just wants to get some good D and you're gone. Like, goodbye, thanks for the D. That's her end comment when she leaves and when she's done. She's just, hi, thanks for the dick, bye. So let me know, women, what you prefer, and men, what you prefer as far as quickies go. Do you like it or do you don't like it? Also, would like to know, does size really matter for men or women? Is that a problem in the bedroom or not? You call in, let us know. I will also have some medical advice from Dr. Kevin, who will be tuning in later to give us advice on that. Just really would like to know what's going on in your guys' minds out there as far as sexual thoughts, sexual talk, you know. Tell me what it is that you like to do. I have a few freaks out there that even might like animals. Do animals turn you on? If so, which animal turns you on? I'm just curious to know, is it a difference? Is there some animals that look better than others? Well, what is it? I don't know. I've seen a woman having sex with a horse, and so I don't know. And then a woman having sex with a dog, so I don't know. You tell me. Also, I'm going to have every day a place where I deem the most romantic getaway for all you couples that are looking to get away from Vegas and go somewhere sexy and seductive. I just have to pick a spot. I think like Puerto Rico, I really think that's a nice place, but there's many places to go. Of course, Hawaii is always a dream place for most places, but I'm gonna get more in detail of where exactly to go as far as a romantic getaway. I'm also going to be bringing in surprise guests from time to time as well. Some sexy guests. They're going to come in, they're going to talk, tell you what they know about the sex industry and how they feel about it. How do they get into it, and how do they cope with being in the sex industry as far as relationships go. You know, is it a problem for them in their relationship, or are they okay with it? Do their mates find that, you know, hey, you gotta get your money and it's not a problem, you know? I do also party buses on the side, and you know, a friend of mine got married and now she can't really do that anymore because her husband wasn't really understanding and feeling the fact that she would have her boobs in men and women's faces all night, you know, working for tips and getting money, if that's what she did, you know. I mean, she just happened to do that. And not everybody does that, so I don't know. Also today, I want to talk about a few things that's going on in Vegas. As you know, the Chloe and Lamar situation. I've been reading up on that, and that guy from the Love Ranch, the owner, I think his name is Hoff, he is just racking in the money. Tourists coming in from all over the country just to see the suite that Lamar was in. So I think that's freaking hilarious. I mean, he's just making big bucks off of that. I mean, they want to see exactly where it went down, who he was with, and you do know he was with a transgender at the time, right?
I didn't hear that. Really? See, I'm learning something right now.
Yes, he was with a transgender at the time. So even this woman man is getting a lot of recognition. She may be the next big thing in Hollywood. Who knows? with
Wow.
this kind of action going on. Yeah, so that's how it
Man,
goes
what
down.
a
in Vegas.
windfall for that place, huh?
Yeah.
To just have that guy go there and like OD almost.
Yeah,
And now it increases business like 20 or 50 or 100-fold.
It's
crazy.
It's over 50% right now in the last couple of months. In the last month, I mean, last couple weeks. Yeah, so I feel personally though.
Well, I'm on the way there, so I'll be back at 2 to do my show
I
out
bet
there.
you will.
Yeah, I got a helicopter out in the yard waiting for
I was
me.
gonna say you're not even gonna make it. It's too far. You won't even make it back.
Man, I probably wouldn't get in. You got to get in line, is what you're telling us.
It's a month waiting list.
What?
Heard, yeah, it's a month waiting list.
So you got to make a time to go there, like a reservation to go look at the room that he was in.
You have to make a reservation and then I'm sure the price of the room is just like skyrocketed. I'm sure
it was 5 figures to begin with, I guess, on a daily basis if you could.
Yeah, but if it's a waiting list.
Yeah, I mean, just to do what?
To that.
Now, are these people having festivities while they're there, or they're just looking at a room?
I don't even know.
Jesus.
I crawl of Lamar Odom's room.
Yeah.
But yeah.
How about the activity over there with people wanting to see the bed he was in at the hospital? I mean, geez.
No, you know what? I think this is an excuse for men to get out there. You know,
And
I just want to see I'm a Lamar Odom fan.
And while you're there, you might as well try the transsexual lifestyle while you're there.
Yeah. You know, I gotta go see where.
How many transsexuals do they have on duty out there?
I don't know. I believe I was thinking she was the only one because when they were first talking about her, they were saying she's like a huge hit. Like, you know, she's always requested and anytime people come out there. Yeah, I was pretty shocked myself. Like, okay. But, you know, that's just people experimenting. Everybody's curious. Everybody wants to know the unknown. So, you know, what better place to do it than at the Love Ranch?
Well, that wouldn't really be a normal type of whatever normal is relationship that he has with that Kardashian wife of his, right? I mean, it's kind of like, how in the hell, I mean, what goes on here? Is that weird that they just, you know, the husband goes run off to a ranch, if you will, to have a transsexual, and then she gets back with him after that?
Yeah.
And the marriage is back on.
How freaky they can get.
I mean, is this a publicity deal? Because look, it seems to be working.
Yeah.
They're shooting probably up to the top of the charts again.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, Jesus.
They were going down for a little while too.
Yeah.
Because people were just sick of it. You know, it's just like tired of hearing about the Kardashians, and then you know. This thing with Lamar Odom happens, and then it's just like, oh, pray for the Kardashians.
Back to the top of the charts.
Yeah, so who knows? You know, you never know in this day and age, and you know the Love Ranch is racking up. You know, my only issue with that was I felt like, I mean, if you lived in Vegas, you already know if you call a hotel, you don't have any information on the person. They're not giving you any information on the person. And the fact that they gave Lamar Odom's information out, to me, that just, against his consent, to me, I felt like they were crossing the lines a little bit.
Who gave that out? What are you talking about?
The
Somebody
Love
called
Ranch
the
owner.
Love Ranch. Asked
David Hoff is his name.
Yeah, and asked something about him, and he just spewed out the information.
He was on the news spewing out all the information.
So he's probably the one that initiated it.
I mean, he pretty much told everything. He told who they were with. The girls even came out and said.
Well, obviously he knew what he was doing.
Yeah, he did. I mean, but still, I feel, you know, as far as consent-wise goes.
Yeah,
like,
they'd be subject to some kind of
lawsuit.
You would think so.
Yeah, because I mean, how are you going to tell all my business of where I've been, who I was with?
But of course, with that guy, what's the damages? How do you damage his reputation?
Odom's?
Yeah. I mean, he's.
I feel like they kind of even
transsexual thing.
Saved his image.
Yeah, I know. That's what I mean. Where's the damages? You know.
Yeah.
How do you prove any monetary damage? That's going to be difficult.
It's
and
really weird.
It really is. This is welcome to Las Vegas or Pahrump or whatever you want to. How far of a drive is that? I've never been there.
I believe it's about an hour and a half. I did drive out there one time to.
It takes about an hour to get to Pahrump, so it's about a half an hour beyond Pahrump, right? Going north or something like that.
Yeah. And they say everything is pretty much legal out there. So I was quite shocked, but because I had just got some fireworks from out there, and so I was wondering if I could pop them off.
But do they have gambling in that facility?
You know, I don't know if I remember seeing a casino.
Because I think there's a regulation against prostitution and gambling under the same roof. I tried to do something years and years and years ago with the Goldfield Hotel, and they had the ranch. There was a what the heck, Beverly Harrell or something had that ranch right down the street, the Cottontail, I think it was, ranch, right outside of Goldfield, like 15 minutes. And I had the idea to revamp the Goldfield Hotel, and then I was working at the Dunes Hotel, so I had access to a lot of gamblers and stuff. And what we were going to do was get a plane. There was an airport there, a kind of bad airport, but I could have fixed it up. Fly like a junket, if you will, maybe 10 or 15 gamblers up to the hotel. Just guys, of course. So I guess women too nowadays, but back in the 70s. And just have like a little one-night romp, if you will, with the girls from the Cottontail at the hotel, and and I was going to get licensed. I had to get a license, and I went to meet Governor Callahan at the time, and couldn't get that on because of the regulation. You couldn't have prostitution and gambling under the same roof.
Yeah, you just really just hit on a mark of an idea of what needs to be done.
Well, I mean, that's an old famous hotel. I think it was built in 1906. And it was really elaborate for its day, And if you revamp that and open it back up as to what it was back then, I mean, that would be kind of unique. So anyways.
Yeah, because one of the big misconceptions in Vegas is that prostitution is legal. And, a lot of tourists come out here and they go, well, isn't it legal? We see these guys passing out these cards all the time. I mean, what's that? Well, that's not necessarily prostitution, So, I mean, them handing out the cards is not really considered it. So, I mean, I don't know the logistics of when you get into it, but it is illegal in Vegas as long as there's gambling involved, right?
Yeah, well, that was under the same roof, but that's not a legal situation where they're actually in the open, like running a casino and a whorehouse at the same address.
It's called a brothel.
Brothel, that's what I meant. Brothel. But I don't know. I forget how the regulation reads. But anyways, so is Pahrump? Is that the closest place to navigate to for legal?
Yeah, Pahrump is probably because they don't have anywhere else that you can go. So.
Yeah, well, otherwise you have around Reno somewhere. There's Lincoln County, I think, and some other counties have legalized prostitution.
They have the brothels?
Yeah.
Yeah, because there was that one lady who was trying to do it. They didn't ever allow her to even get it up. I forgot her name. She was trying to get one up, for men. It was going to be all.
Yeah, well, you know what? Is it her name Heidi something?
Heidi, yeah.
Yeah, she's from Pahrump, I think.
Yeah, and she tried to set one up, and they gave her a very hard time.
Yeah, I remember something about that.
So I don't know how the logistics of that work. They're very particular, I should say, when it comes to doing stuff like that. So I'm pretty sure you got to be linked in somehow to get.
Well, the counties that go for this type of stuff, they need revenue, and so it's more or less that's why they do it. That's where they get all their support from. Is the business that brings into their county. Yeah,
she would have had probably good revenue because, like I said, I believe it was like all men. It was going to be for women.
Yeah, I know. That's what
She would have had a lot of women coming up there if she would have did it right.
Would these be just local women, or would they be tourists and stuff?
Would be tourists from all over the country, because women from all over the country travel already, to do dirty little naughty things. We will talk about that.
I heard
later
like school
on.
teachers from California on the weekend come in here and, sell themselves, if you will, and then they go back and teach school to the kiddies in California, and they come over here in the weekend.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
So,
Don't think that it's just men out here trying to get their rocks off. Women come out here all the time looking for a young stud. Just shake them up, shake them around, throw them around, toss them around. I mean, that's what Vegas is kind of about.
and these women, like the girl you brought up a little while ago, they just like to get it over with no attachment, no nothing, just quickie and see you later, and and they're willing to pay for it.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
I mean, I don't think they pay for it. Like, women don't pay for it. I mean, there's too many men.
But if you have a house, like what Heidi was trying to do,
oh, for sure.
and yeah,
for sure. And
right.
then a woman can have her selection of what man she wants, for sure. That would be a hit for women, because women, they like to let loose, and I can just see it already. Like, they probably be booked for months in advance as well.
Wow.
Because women are crazy when it comes to sex. I
Heidi,
think.
that lady you're talking about, she had some kind of legal issues where she had a book or something, wasn't it? Where she was handling high-priced call girls in Beverly Hills or something. Was her background was something
Heidi?
like that? Yeah, Heidi Fleiss, right?
Yeah.
Heidi
yeah.
Fleiss. I think she went to jail or something.
Yeah,
Because they made
locked
her
up
kind of
or
like a
something.
fall guy or whatever. And
Yeah.
so she had some legal issues going on. But
Yeah.
if you were a nice, straight, arrow guy like me, let's say, and I was to open up a house like that somewhere where it was legal, geez, you're giving me ideas here. Maybe I'll get out of the radio business,
Yes.
If you're going to have a line at the door for months and months and months, you couldn't count your
for
money.
Sure. I mean, yeah, that's definite, because women all the time come out here and they're looking for fun. They're looking for a party. I see them all the time when I'm out.
If you go to, let's say, I don't know the names of these, Lincoln County, well, I guess we can say it. But anyway, I think they have legal prostitution. If I'm wrong, I apologize. But in a county like that has women brothel, right now, well, how could they ever deny a man a brothel? What is this, discrimination? I mean, they'd have to.
I'm not sure.
I mean, geez,
I almost feel like they didn't want it to go up. But if they did have one, it would be a rocket.
I mean, what's the, I think it's, I don't know, I don't understand.
I would almost feel like couples would come out here and just say, okay,
Probably, you probably get a mixture of everything.
I'm gonna go do me.
Look at the couple we're talking about.
Yeah.
I mean, Kardashian these people are not normal flyers, if you will.
And you forget that, some women do like multiple men, so with a male brothel, you would be able to accommodate that as well without having to, right now, what do we have? We have the Green Door, we have the Red Rooster.
Wow, so a woman that always fantasized about a big orgy or something, she could go to one of these places and have 6, 7, 8 guys back to back or at the same time? Or
Yes.
wow, that would be a fantasy that I could see a lot of people going for that. And then no muss, no fuss. So at the end of the day, she gets back wherever she came from, and nobody knows nothing.
Nobody knows a thing.
I'll tell you what.
Nobody knows you were just gang banged by 6 guys.
We'll see how many places open up after this show. We're giving out ideas here.
I know.
You gotta be
I'm kind
careful.
of hesitant to talk about it, but
Yeah.
so be it. If somebody out there has the idea and the investment fund to create a male brothel, hey, you've got a winning.
I don't see.
business on your hands.
I'm
sure.
the last thing from a prude that you could ever talk about, but I mean,
Just
I
make
just
sure
don't
they
see
get my
any.
advice.
What's the problem with it? I don't see what the problem is. Especially if it's legal where you're doing it for the woman, why wouldn't it be legal for the men?
Yeah, I don't know what the holdup on that is. I just think somebody has.
I think Heidi Fleiss had a few issues. I don't know exactly.
Yeah, somebody else needs
But
to
she was
come
too
out here.
popular. She was too famous. There was something going on there that scared people, if you will.
Yeah.
And I don't know what it was, but anyways.
She
Interesting.
wasn't taking any shit either. She knew her shit.
Yeah, that's
She knew her laws, what she deserved, what she needed, all of that. So, because I remember watching her biography, and it was something they were trying to get over on her, and she was like, "No, that's not gonna happen because I am entitled to da 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 da." You know.
well. She
so,
had names, I guess, in her book that were pretty powerful names, and I think she might have used that card a little bit when she was,
Oh yeah.
and that ruffled a lot of feathers.
I bet.
And you know.
Yeah.
And then who's going to show up at her thing? What kind of women are going to show up over there? And let's say we had a female governor or something, and the female governor showed up over there to have a little romp with 8 or 9 or 10 guys.
Well, that
I mean,
would,
and then how would you trust Heidi Fleiss to keep that on the QT if something happened to Heidi Fleiss? I mean,
Yeah.
know, this
You gotta learn
thing-
how to keep your mouth shut.
yeah, really. Jeez,
In
I'll
this
tell
line
you
of
what.
work, you know, like they say, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. So if you can't keep it in Vegas, yeah, it's already.
Now let's go on the illegal side of it, if you will, or the not legal side. Can women get a mail service if they want to call down to the bell desk and they're staying at one of the hotels here,
Negative.
like a man can?
Negative. I think
Really?
the farthest you can go is a massage. You call the bell desk.
Well, but I mean, well, excuse me, but I have
Yeah.
experience with the hotel, so
No, not for males.
right.
You probably could get a massage person. I mean, they may try to look around and find what they can find, but
Well, you call the bell. This is going back a few. I'm sure it's not like this now, but in my day working for the hotels, I took care of VIPs, and I'll let the cat out of the bag. I could get them anything they wanted. I don't care if they wanted to go to a show, if they wanted whatever they wanted. My job was to get it for them. And the bell desk, in a way, was a competitor, not a competitor, but they would do things for people too. And you just call a desk, and they would come over and they would check out who's in this room and try to figure out if this is some game going on or whatever. And if we know the people that are in the room, and there's a customer that we know, we just give them a green light, and then the bell desk, up goes somebody, and that's no cut dry. See you later, and that's all she wrote. So I was just wondering, with everything going on in the world,
I think
it should be for guys too.
I'm sure they do have that, but as far as women are just now starting to explore their possibilities, I think, a little more. So a lot of things that, may have been a in and out thought is actually something that can be done now, and maybe they may not realize it as much because it's not at their hands, at their fingertips to get to the information, but definitely, if there was some way for them to call a bell desk and have somebody come up, that would be done. But it's very hard to find the males to begin with, like that you want, that
I
you...
thought they made a movie about an American Gigolo.
No.
No?
They tried, and then that was that Mike show, the strippers, the male strippers, but no.
No? So you can't find a male, there's a lack of male prostitutes, if that's what we're going to call them.
I would say so. It's a lack
Really?
of male entertainment, period, in Vegas.
I don't know, that's...
Yeah, I mean, think about it. If a woman wants to go to a show, who does she have to go to? She has Chippendales she can go to.
Right, and that's pretty
or Thunder
out there.
Down Under. Now,
Well, that's a regular show,
if
though.
a
That's
man
not like
wants to
Chippendale.
go to a show, where can he go?
Yeah,
I
all
mean,
over.
it's-
But isn't Chippendales more like, he's kind of on the verge of a regular type strip club?
Chippendales?
But, yeah.
Chippendales is just dancers. I mean,
Maybe I'm not thinking, it was something south of the strip down there that used to, I forget, I don't go to those places, so.
like a strip club?
Yeah, it would be for females, and it's men.
They have, I believe Palomino has male and women, and I believe OG has men and women.
Yeah.
I've been in one of those.
And I've heard that the women are like lined up at the door.
I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
when I went, it was plenty of space.
Oh, really? When you went.
And I was not impressed, but who's to say? But yeah,
I don't know.
but those are the only two places. So I mean, if they have a
if it was
line
really
outside-
taken off, there'd be more of them. Is what
yeah,
you're saying.
you would have a line if there's only two. But yeah, no, Chippendales is one of them.
I would think that certain guys would be lining up to do something like that.
Certain guys.
Yeah.
To do the
To
entertainment
service the woman.
business? You would
Like
think
a
so.
female would.
And you know what? There are a lot of guys that want to do that, but they just don't know like how to get into it or where to start or how they should go about it. Because
Well, on your show, why don't we, one night a week or whatever, you can have the men call in and they can get a little
And
instruction
set
about
them
how.
up? Should I set them up as well?
Your information, right? You want the information
Should
to
I
get
do
out
the
there.
hookup as well? Just call me and I'll send
Well,
you
the
your way.
0711 at 2 in the morning is a different type of number. It's shoot the crap with us.
Hey, yeah.
Yeah.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing very well, and
We have a guy here that wants to sign up already.
it's deja vu all over again, or something to that effect. First of all, I know my topic in my show following this one is going to be the women's European revolution on women. Or I don't know if you know it or not. There's a rape epidemic in Europe, and what are women? You said women are learning more alternatives. Apparently so, yes. They're flocking in hordes to gun stores and learning how to protect themselves. I think better
Just
days
heard
are
on the
coming
way
for our
here
society.
That in Europe, a lot of countries have confiscated all the guns, and now the government and everything is trying to take over the people, and people are scrambling around trying to find guns to protect themselves against the government.
There you go.
Yeah.
But when I heard your comment, and I'm not trying to cause. I just met you yesterday, so I can't cause any rift between us. I don't think when none exists. You said you were unimpressed. I can think of two questions, and this is what law school does to you. My first question was, what was it that you had expected when you decided to go to such a place, and what was it that you were unimpressed by, or that didn't happen that you thought might?
As far as what?
Your attendance at the
males-
Chippendales,
yeah,
or
right.
the. I mean,
okay.
You said there was
were you-
plenty of room. It
Were you
wasn't crowded.
expecting the best looking guy to come down and ask you out, or what? What were you really expecting?
I believe I was expecting more dancers than what there was. I believe they only had about 1 or 2 dancers on the stage.
Wow, that's
at
ridiculous.
The time. Yeah, and then
Yeah, all the advertisements show what, 8 or 10?
Well, I
or
don't know.
maybe
It shows
12?
women all going crazy and stuffing money here and there.
then it was like, imagine a long old, maybe it wasn't a table, it was a stage, but the women were sitting around it like it was a table, and so you have these 1 or 2 guys that are on the
table.
on the runway table,
Right.
and they're all just watching him. Which, if you go into a regular strip club, there's women all over the place. First of all, I mean,
Right.
you just have, and they're waiting to come up to you. They come sit on your lap. They interact with you immediately. With the male strip club, it was just like you had to go to them, and even if it wasn't somebody you even wanted to look at, I mean, that was your only option.
Wow.
So, to me, I was unimpressed because I didn't even have a variety to look at. I like a variety.
You were just going there to see what it was.
Yeah. I just
Do
kinda
research.
I went with other people. It's
Oh,
really
yeah.
not even my thing to go into a male strip club because
Right.
to me personally, Vegas doesn't have the right strippers to begin with.
Really?
On both sides of the
They have
fence.
billboards around
Females
here that are
and
pretty.
males, huh?
If you were a female, you'd think the billboards they have around here are pretty enticing. Just thinking like
The buildings
geez.
themselves are enticing.
No, I mean the bodies of these guys on those billboards. Like the Thunder Down Under and whatever, with their abs and this and that. Jesus, criminy.
But if you can't work it good, I mean,
Yeah, that's true.
It's always about the motion
Wow.
of the boat in the ocean.
Oh, really? Jesus, criminy. Wow.
You gotta have it all. I mean, you just can't have a
Wow.
package and then just, don't know what to do with
Jeez.
it.
Yeah, that's true.
You gotta know really how to entice somebody when you're in a strip club and strip clubs, and it's all about enticing. It's all about tease and enticing. So if you don't have the ability to do that right, then it's really nothing to see or be impressed by. And that's why I wasn't impressed when I went to a Sapphires. Sapphires is like the main biggest attraction of strip clubs out here, and I went to it and I was not impressed. I was
Well, you know the real deal, so you gotta you need the whole package, like you said. You're not gonna be impressed by a half a show. You gotta
they've
have it all.
changed dramatically from what they used to be. What they used to be is the actual strip show. It was a strip show. That's why they're called strippers. The girl would come out and she would strip off her clothes. Now they're just walking around already butt naked, half butt naked, walking around looking to sit on your lap or give you a lap dance or whatever. It's like you just took all the surprise away. It's like, where was the foreplay? We were just right to having sex. Like,
But at these men places where the men's a stripper,
they're male. You guys
do they ever take everything off?
They do. They slowly strip stuff off. See, so for that part, they understand the logist of it. I guess maybe men are different in what they're visual. So maybe when you come into a strip club, you don't want to see them strip. You already want it all off. I don't know. But for women, I would say we want a little more of a tease. We don't want it just come in and you're just walking around like Adam in the garden.
Hey, you're going into the men's locker room or something,
Yeah.
What's the big deal,
To it. So,
Yeah.
that's the only reason why I was impressed.
Well, Stacy a little while ago was explaining that the house out here in Pahrump is going crazy. That you have to call up. There's a month waiting list to get in to see where Odom was, the room that he had. He's going nuts out there. So these people.
I guess he's made it through. I didn't expect him to live.
No, he's in full recovery.
He's in full recovery.
If he was ever in anything. Yeah, they're all back together now. I guess the ratings are up on the Kardashian show. So, this might have been all a publicity stunt for both parties. For Odom, for the Kardashians, and for the owner, this guy Huff or whatever out in the...
I don't know that you can get the press to report that he had what I read, he had every drug known to mankind in his system. Yeah, I mean, they just quit testing him. They said there wasn't anything he didn't have. I don't know. That's quite a publicity stunt.
Oh, he took one drug
that has everything in it.
A multivitamin.
A cocktail.
Jeez, wow.
They have those,
No,
really, I didn't know that.
It's not called cocktails. It's another drug. It's a form of
So isn't it very dangerous to know what you're doing to start mixing drugs? Isn't that something that's like
it was the alcohol and the drugs mixed together. You can never mix alcohol and
There's
drugs
some girl
together.
that just died that was like in her 20s. I forget the town, but she went out with a bunch of gals or something to a party at a private house, and the guy, I guess, was a drug dealer. And then she whatever, and they took her downstairs in the lobby, and that's where she died. And the paramedics and stuff were called to the lobby, and then whether she was in this apartment or not, or this or that, is crap going on. But she just passed, and it was a combination of the drugs and the alcohol. So now all the pundits are on TV, these legal experts saying, can you bring charges or not? Because the drugs might be a federal charge and the alcohol makes this difficult because it becomes before what? Before, is it the alcohol? Is it so you get into a legal quagmire of what caused what?
It's the alcohol and the drugs mixed together. You can never do that. That's why if you ever see somebody on a lot of drugs, they normally should be drinking water.
Wow.
Not anything else. Yeah.
If they have that capabilities. Well, I must say, I thank you for your answers, and I've got to finish my preparation. But I'm happy that you're.
A 9/11 shirt now.
I just happen to have 2 or 3 of them there in the office. So if you're still around when I get done with my show, you'll definitely get one, and you'll be encouraged to attend Saturday afternoon at the Fremont Street Experience. We're at whatever stage isn't in operation. We pass out DVDs and flyers. That's Saturday afternoon from 4 to 6. And then Monday afternoon from 1 to 3, of course I missed the first hour, but we'll be at the federal courthouse there on Las Vegas Boulevard. So if you get it, folks, if you get a chance at either one of those and you'd like to know everything the media forgot to tell you about 9/11, it's an architect from San Francisco who didn't want any of this to be true, but now he wants a real investigation, not a $20 million cover-up. And we're going to have to demand it. It's just like Ron Paul said, if he was elected president, things wouldn't change overnight. It's up to you if you decide to get off the bench and get in the game. And I hope that Stacy looks like a player, so I'm glad that she's here at Radio Tribune. And thanks for the time, Clark.
Sure.
Thank you.
We got to get these questions asked and out there because we need to be informed.
Definitely. I love it. Gotta know what's going on in this world, just like with this dirty talk sex questions. If you have any questions on that as well, you can call in and ask. The lines are open, right?
So are we ever going to get to a place like 10 years or whatever down the road where this is just all accepted and there's no more of this what do you call it, illegality or busting Johns or this or that or what goes on? I mean, it's kind of always been kind of foolish to me because my experience here in Vegas has been since like 1972 and I was only 23. So, I mean, you know, I've come up kind of different than a lot of people. I mean, this always seemed to me to be ridiculous because it was all contrived that any of this stuff was illegal because it went on continuously. I mean, we had a bar at the Dunes Hotel that you would go, there was tables there, right? And every single table would have one girl sitting at it. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, it's pretty obvious what's going on, you know? And then one day, the owner of the hotel's wife comes down and she gets all pissed off. So she's going to have a big toot-a-hoo and get all these people out of the hotel, right? Well, the New York junket had just come in. We had catered to high rollers, and we'd fly them in on DC 1011s and all this stuff. And the junket had just come in, and one of the big customers in New York at the time, the women would dress, well, kind of like hookers. And these were women that were not hookers by any millionaires of husbands and what. Anyways, she had a fur coat on or whatever, and she had Levi's. She dressed like they do in New York. And she'd gone to the bar, and she was sitting there having a drink. Well, this lady gets a security, the owner's wife gets a security guard to throw this lady out of the hotel. And the lady's like, so she's outside the hotel with the security guards, you know, yelling and screaming. And one of the car parkers, one of the doormen, pulled up a car and went to the security guards and said, "What the hell are you doing with Mrs. So-and-so?" Right. And they went, "What? You know, this is so-and-so's wife." And they're going, "Holy shit." Well, the shit hit the fan then. And I tell you what, it cost the hotel a lot of money.
I bet. Oh my God. Yeah, that's one thing about
But and then you could not find a table to sit at in the bar because every table after that had one chick at it. Oh, you didn't have any place to sit.
Wow.
That was the gloves were off then. We can't throw anybody out.
Yeah, watch what you're doing.
But,
you never know who you're talking to. A club just recently did that out here. I want to say it was One Oak. Did something. Who was somebody.
Going back to the Bell desk, one of the Bell captains, I think he's probably long dead, but that used to run women, whatever it took, you know. And then he had a nightclub or a bar, just a bar really. And he would have a party. I don't know if it was a birthday party or what he would have, but once a year he'd have a party.
Mansion party.
And all the girls that he knew in his business would go. And then it would just become a big, you know, fest or whatever on the stage with live sex shows and everything going on with these. I mean, yeah. I mean,
that's when you have the orgies.
And that was in the 70s, you know.
Yeah, the orgies and all that going on.
Yeah, wow. I haven't gone to any of those. My celebrity status hasn't risen to the level. I'm hoping to get there from this show, but I haven't got there yet.
Yeah, you know, talking about this kind of stuff, you know, I might get invited to all kind of little mansion parties.
Right. Gee, I'll go see half
you
and all
can be my date.
There, perfect. I'd love it.
Yeah, but I love mansion parties. They're a lot of fun. You never know what's going to happen. You never know who you're going to see and meet. mean,
Really?
yeah.
Let's talk about it. And how mansiony do they get? I mean, are they just all over the place, out in the open, or?
Oh no, they're very private.
Oh.
You know, so it's kind of like, shh, don't tell anybody here. There's an invite. You know. So
Oh no, I mean after you're at the party.
Oh,
I mean, what goes on?
once
Is it?
you're at the
Is
party, it's just pretty much, you know, whatever you feel like doing, you can do at the party. Nobody's going to say anything to you as long as you don't offend anybody.
On the side of the pool, just out in the open?
Anything you want to do.
Really?
Yes, whatever you want to do. I mean, some people may be swingers and they start talking like, let's, do all of us, we can all do
So you
this
have a
right
little
now.
group of people over there getting it on, and
It
a
could
little
be.
group.
Yeah, like we by the side of the pool.
And Hugh's walking around smoking his pipe, or
Yeah,
puffing
it's
away.
whatever. It's like, one of those crazy Hugh Hefner parties.
Jeez, crazy! Wow.
Yeah, a lot of fun. I mean, have you ever been to the Green Door or anything like that?
No.
Never had the privilege? He's lying, people.
Well, I didn't have to. The job that I had at the hotel, we took care of VIPs, and whatever they wanted, they would get. And at the time, for a while there, several years in a row, we had these big Mexican players coming in that had just tons and tons of money, like Pemex Oil was, the oil producers and stuff. And they would, I would get them, they usually would have all the top suites on the top floor. Underneath that floor, there were a whole floor of rooms. Well, I kept that whole floor vacant. And I would go up to the parties that they were having, usually in the big presidential whatever, and in the middle of the table in the living room, I would just throw all these keys. So if somebody needed a room, they just go downstairs and grab a key and go. But some people didn't bother to go that far, to go to the room.
Yeah.
So you would have, and the bell desk up, they got orders, just send, send, send. So just, whoever, just send, send, send. So women would be showing up all day, all night. And things were going on like that.
Wow.
So that was like a mansion party going on continuously, because these guys had appetites that were just vivacious.
Of course.
And,
I mean, you've been held off for so long. I mean,
Yeah.
eventually you're going to blow up.
The room service captain would be stationed up there and just calling down for food and just keeping everything coming, and the food and whatever. And then one little event, one of the big rollers, goes to the captain and says, "Oh my God, I'm late. I'm supposed to be down in the gourmet room with my wife is waiting for me, and he's upstairs at this part." So he says, "God damn, go down to the jewelry store and get her a trinket, will you?" So the room service captain had to go down to the jewelry store and pick out like a $50,000 trinket that was going to get this guy off the hook, because he was late for dinner.
Yeah,
so he shows up, "Oh dear, I was busy shopping for you, Yeah, geez, I had to go get a trinket for you." So, I mean, that's the type of stuff that went on.
Well, he
And,
worked out well.
yeah, so I never had to go to the green, whatever it is, Green Door.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's,
The Green Door is very crazy. I mean, if you ever are into, and I asked this question earlier, like, what type of things turn men and women on? And this is one thing that turns me on the most, is having sex in front of people. I love to have sex in front of people. It's just a very nice turn on to have people watching you have sex. So, I went to the Green Door once or twice or 3 times or so.
yeah, I heard there were like police officers. I think there was some little scandal going on where they were going over there.
What?
No, I mean off duty, if you will, or whatever. They were. It was in Henderson or someplace, wasn't it? No, what
The
are we
Green
talking?
Door?
Yeah.
No, the Green Door is off of Sahara.
Oh,
Sahara
okay.
and Convention Center.
Okay, maybe I'm confused, because there was a sex house, let's say.
Oh, a
And
mansion party.
Yeah, right. And these officers were off duty, and they were caught going to this place or
Oh
whatever.
yeah,
So,
I bet.
yeah. So.
Yeah. I feel like the officers out here are the biggest freaks.
And there was a place back in the 70s, I guess it was on Boulder Highway, was one of them. I think there were several around town, where you go in and you rent a room that had a jacuzzi in it. And there was just all sex going on. I mean, that's all that happened there. You get a private room, you get a room with others, you get rooms with whatever.
Where?
It was on Boulder Highway,
Um.
but this is going back.
Yeah, Yeah, no, the other places like Red Rooster now.
Oh, yeah?
They have designated spots. I mean, if they have like little hotels that are running their own thing, I would have no idea. But
Yeah.
most of the spots that are known are the two, which is Green Door and Red Rooster. Those are actual clubs that you can pay to go in. Anybody can go in.
What does it
They're
cost?
24/7. Usually for out of state, it's like 60 for men and 30 for women. Yeah, but you go in and you can watch anybody having sex in any of the rooms. What I like about it is that even though you know people are watching you, you can't see that they're watching you. They have everything dark and tinted, so basically you go into a room, say this was the room and this is the bed.
Well, if you like to have people watching you, do you lose out on anything if you don't know they're watching you? If you can't see them watching you?
No, because the way it's set up, you can hear them. You
Oh.
know they're there.
Oh.
You just can't see their
You hear the heavy
faces.
breathing?
Yes. You just can't see them. You can hear them walking because the sounds.
Oh, wow.
You know, you just can't see their faces, which is cool because you don't get distracted if you don't see their faces.
Wow.
But then they have other spots where if you want to be out in the open and actually want people to see you and you
Maybe
see
you'd
them,
see a really good looking guy, you'd be going,
yeah,
Julian,
it's
come on in.
possible.
Yeah,
It's
geez.
always possible. Or
Wow.
you can, tell them, no, I don't want you to join in. It's whatever.
Yeah.
It's your flow, whatever you want to do.
So how many nights a week do you go there?
Oh, I don't go there.
All
Like a
right,
once in
okay.
a blue moon.
Full disclosure here, okay.
When the blue moon comes out, then you might catch me there. How about that? Other than that, I'm not ever there. Too much information. Hey, shh, that's my spot.
So the women that pay the $30 to go there, they're tourists?
Yeah, they're tourists most of the time.
And there's like 3 or 4 girls that that they go as a group? Or
no? Really. It's let's say majority is couples, and then the other are just guys, single guys that just want to come.
Do any of them are looking for customers? Or any to be paid?
Not really. It's
No?
not that kind of environment.
Really?
Yeah, no. It's more just people who are what's the word for the people that like to just be out there, naked all the time. Almost not
exhibitionists.
Yes, exhibitionists. There we go. It's more so for those kind of people.
Kind of like a nudist colony, but with sex.
Yeah, I was thinking nudist colony, but I was like, that's not the word.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, it's definitely for people like that who just want to just be out there, who are freaky and want to be seen, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what it is that turns me on about that. I have no clue. I don't even know
What's
how
the
I got into
ratio?
that. As far as what?
Men to women.
In there?
The payers, the people that are paying to get in.
I'm sure it's more men than women, because every time I go, it's always more men in there than women. It's usually not even that many couples. A lot of times it's a lot of men in there, because I've gone with somebody just to show them the place, and instantly I'm being followed, like they're waiting for a show, and it's like, I'm not putting on a show today, I just came to show the place to some people, It's one of my tourist spots that I stop and show everybody, the freaks anyway. So if you're a freak and you're coming to Vegas, check out the Green Door or the Red Rooster. Preferably the Green Door though.
Oh, that's the preferred club, huh?
Yeah, Red Rooster has a lot of private rooms though too. So if you even want to get your feet wet, they do have rooms that you can close the door and nobody can see you, just so you can get the feel of what it is to have sex maybe somewhere else in the elements that are different. Yeah, and then they have jacuzzi in there, so if you want to have sex in the jacuzzi, I got in the jacuzzi and just played around in there naked once, just because they asked me to. I was like, okay, why not? I feel like getting in a jacuzzi anyway. It looks really nice in there, so yeah. There's a lot of interesting, freaky things to do in Vegas if you ever come out here.
Yeah, well, it's the sin capital
Or
of the
if you
world.
are out here, and then how they have their days where it will be packed. Like Halloween night is like one of the biggest nights for the green doors. So a lot of people will be going because they get to put on masks and stuff. And so
that's all they have on.
yeah. It's almost like you get to be freaky without anybody seeing who you are.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, so if you're looking for somewhere freaky to go on Halloween night, I guarantee you the green door is going to have something going down there.
Wow. What hours would that be going on?
24 hours it's
On
open.
Halloween?
Yeah, they're open 24 hours though, so they're always open. You can go anytime you want. That's the great thing about it too. Like, why buy a hotel
Well,
room?
would you? Yeah. Is there times of the day you go in there and like hardly anything going on?
Yeah, it could be nothing going on.
Yeah. Wow.
You could have a place to your whole self.
Gee, that's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pick a room.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. But there's always somebody there. There's always something going on.
Do they have shills?
Shields?
That's in a.
Condoms?
No, shills are people that are acting like they're players. They work for the place, but they fill in because there's not enough activity going on, so they hire people to have activity.
You know, if they did that, they might have a better business. Sometimes.
They never thought of that? Jeez.
No.
Like these
They would
baccarat.
always be packed if they thought of doing that. They don't do that. They should have exhibitionists come in there and just put on a show. I mean, or, body painting in there. Anything, to stir it up. But
They have in Times Square now in New York. I guess they got body painters over there all the time walking around naked.
yeah, they have one in the Arts District too out
Yeah.
here. They were painting a naked girl once.
Here?
She probably had panties on, but she definitely didn't have a bra on. And they were painting her downtown. Right, I was driving down
Oh yeah, I think I heard
Charleston
about
and
that.
just looked over and saw her all out natural. I was like, wow,
Huh.
right there.
I guess they're all over the Times Square now, from what I
It's
understand.
nice to watch though. It's fun to watch them paint the body. I mean, it's a little boring after a while, but it's initially fun to watch. It's like, can we join? Make it a little more interesting.
Well,
Let's join.
this has been not the normal Face the Tribune,
Yes.
but interesting conversation. So more to come starting Sunday between 2 and 4 a.m. in the morning. And don't forget the clock change. So get the anticipation level. You'll learn a lot more then, I'm sure. And I guess Stacy's going to have guests and, people stop by and phone calls and whatnot going on. So anybody can call in, I guess, and about ask anything you want to ask, I guess. Seems that way. So you're going to get to the bottom of the truth, that's for sure. I don't think there'll be anything held back. Doesn't appear to be.
No.
So
we're going to cover everything.
if you got a question that you need a good answer for, I think you'll get it. And if you need some tips on where to go, apparently that's going to be freely given. So at any rate, we better get ready for the next show that'll be coming in here shortly. So we'll talk at you again tomorrow. I don't know what the schedule will be tomorrow for Face the Tribune will be on at noon. We have the wake-up call at 1 after that, and then the Herd will be on at 2. So we'll talk to you then, and thanks for listening, and we'll see you in a little bit with a wake-up call.
Thanks for listening, guys. Have a wonderful day.
Go ahead, you can practice some more.
Stay horny.
Wow.
Until next time.